Episode 1, The First Turnabout. Play the first turnabout? Yes. What should I do? First steps. I got an achievement! Yay, serotonin! Why is it a statue bleeding? It's the thinker. Why is the thinker bleeding? Oh, because someone murdered someone with the thinker. Someone really thought about this, didn't they? Huge brain. I can't get caught. Not like this. A purple suited man. How different. What is that in the middle? It's a mole. Wait, someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. Boy, I'm nervous. Right. Right. Hiya, Chief. Phew. I'm glad I made it on time. I'm a bit confused about this outfit you're wearing. One, you're wearing corsets. You're wearing... I'm not sure. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. Oh, sorry, it's me. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. It's over. My life, everything, it's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yes. Yeah, it's him. Death, despair. Oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. Uh-huh. I can't do a goofy voice. The only thing I can think of, I'm gonna do it is the goofy one where Goofy skit where it's like, I murdered him. Uh-huh. I did it. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. So do I, honestly. Relatable. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death. The newspapers say it was you. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. Butt humour. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. Very nice of you, friend. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing is safe though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. 1000 AM. Wait, is it? Yeah, 1000 AM District Court. Chatter, chatter, chatter. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge for your client's sake. I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. That feels a bit weird. Why a test? Handshaking, eyesight fading? Yeah, we're a bit nervous. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Phoenix Wright. Is that the right one? Oh no, it's just which one to pick. Please pick the name of defendant. Maya. Defendant answer. Maya Frey. Wrong, right? Look, I have to leave. I have to go home. I'm expecting a delivery. Oh, come on, Chief. There's no need to be going so soon, is there? Listen, right. The defendant is the one on trial, your client. That's about as basic as you can get. I put my foot in this time. I've got to relax. Oh, sorry, I couldn't hear your answer. I'll ask once more. Please turn in your badge. Please defend your case. It's Phoenix Wright. The defendant is me, right? Right, have you completely lost your mind? Focus. The defendant is the person on trial. You're his lawyer. Oh yeah, right. This is no laughing matter. You did pass the bar, didn't you? No, I haven't gone to laws. I haven't even stepped inside of law school yet. I just faked it. I couldn't hear your answer. I'll ask once more. Please name the defendant. Larry Butt. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butt, Your Honor. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll be fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Phew, I knew this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... Wait, No way, I forgot I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name. Oh, the victim. Oh, of course I know the victim's name. I just forgot, temporarily. I feel like... I think I feel a migraine coming on. Yeah, Maya, you are fair enough to have a migraine here. His name is listed in the court record. Press tab to check it any time. Check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Oh, I can do that. Attorney's badge. Can I put in? Cindy. Right. Back. Cindy Block. Cinder Block. Oh, wasn't it Miss Block? Miss Cinder Block? The person in question was a victim of murder, not ill-conceived naming, Mr. Wright. Right. If you forget something, you just have to check the court record and jog your memory. A mistaken court could cost you the case. Then, Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? It is Maya Frey. It's Maya. Mia, sorry, not Maya, it's Mia. I keep on saying Maya. Mia Frey? What? How can I be the victim? Oh, right, sorry. I was the first name that popped into my head, and the court record, right? Remember to use it when you're in a pinch with tab. Let me ask again. Mr. Wright, who is the victim? It's Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was thinking too much. She was thinking too much, obviously. That's the reason why she died. As 50 humor goes, she was reading so much she turned hysterical. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. Is he much more relaxed, Mr. Wright? Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well, then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor.
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker.
It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see, the court accepts it into evidence. So in the shape of the Thinker, it's rather heavy. Which means a woman couldn't pick it up. No, it was quite small, it's not very heavy. Right? Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. The evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call as first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand.
Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention, you don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything. Unfortunate. Well, it is Butts. Butts tend to say things, unfortunately, so who the hell knows? We might be dying. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Well, it did say, I am guilty.
Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you?
Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Who the fuck's Mark Antony? It was Julius Caesar. Didn't they all die? Yes, by poison. I wasn't dumped, she just wasn't taking in my phone calls or seeing me, ever. What's it to you, anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned home from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lies, all of it is lies. I don't believe a word of it.
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Paris until the day before. Passport added to the courtroom.
Now, wouldn't you suspect the person who actually was there she was seeing at the time? Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way.
The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
I wish I had a sugar daddy or a sugar mummy. Either works, to be honest. Daddy's sugar?
Yes, all the men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude.
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was.
And what's that?
Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right, I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry's a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? Stop him from answering. Probably a good idea. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. The question is irrelevant to this case. Oof. Wins. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? The cheating she-dog. The cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die, I'm just gonna drop dead. Yeah, and when I meet her in afterlife, I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accuser's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe. Uh-oh, he went. I missed that one. What do I do? Have him answer honestly is probably the best thing to do. I know, I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth. Yeah, I was there. I went. Why did you just say I went? Like, yeah, I went, but she didn't answer the door. So I left. Order. Well, Mr. Butts. Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Huh? Why not suspecting him? Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call this witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspaper at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawhit to the stand. He sells newspapers? Mrs. Sawhit, you sell newspapers subscriptions, and is correct. Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Mrs. Sawhit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately, however the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found the public phone. I remember the time exactly, it was 1 p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right there. You cheesy bugger. Cheeky, not cheesy. Ha! Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. What? Some cordless? The cordless ones are supposed to work in a blackout. Specifically. They have a battery. That's why they're cordless. The phone that Mrs. Sawhit used was one of those, Your Honor. I have record of the blackout for your perusal. Miss Stone building was out from noon. Yeah, 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, yes, Your Honor. Begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Alright, this is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony of the witness you gave. Lies? What? He was lying. Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find the contradiction between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Upon contradictions and testimony. Cross-examination. Witness's account. Oh, because it's 4 to 5 p.m. and he said it was 1 p.m. That's not true. Now, it was a blackout during the time because it's, well, from 12 to 6. And the crime happened between 4 and 5. Never Park. I remember the time, that is the time. Present. It's not 1, it was 4. You scoundrel. You found a body at 1 p.m., you're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find it hard to believe. Your statements directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes that the time of death was at some time after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. But no, he said he was certain, which means he's lying in court, and you're wrong, you little shit. After his testimony, I find it hard to believe. Mr. Sawhit, why were you so certain you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him in on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and the whole story falls apart. Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? You see, when I found a body, I heard a time. There was a voice saying the time. Television. No, there's a blackout then. It's a blackout that time. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. Thus I thought it was 1 PM. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Cannot cross-examine him directly, having to go through this. Ah, I see. You had a voice saying the time on the taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right, you know what to do. I've got this one. I already know the answer. It's blackout. It was blackout that time. You see, when I found the body I heard at the time, there was a voice, probably television, it was a blackout. It's a fucking blackout, man. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout that time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You're in deep shit, man. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Gah! The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mrs. Sawhit? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Ah, wait, I remember now. Mrs. Sawhit, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That and you see rather distraught. Ah, my apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mrs. Sawhit. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to kill. No, that wasn't. What? That must have been what I saw. At 1. The murder happened at 4. How did it? The clock. Guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. It's not even. The murder weapon's a fucking finger statue. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. It was a table clock. The murder weapon. But it was a fucking finger statue. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was a statue. Wait, is that a clock? Now, this is how it's supposed to be a clock. You with your objections and your evidence. Just what? Who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mrs. Sawhit. Hey, I saw it there. No, it's a statue. It's not a clock. That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, this is a statue is indeed a clock. Is it? The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. Doesn't look like a clock. I submitted it. I submitted as a statue. My apologies. What? I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. That's fault on your behalf. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problem with it? Yes, I do. Yes. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness testimony. The only way you could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment, knew the victim. Tell me, isn't it true that you knew the victim? In fact, you were one of her sugar daddies. Be frank with us, Mrs. Sawhit. Humph! Frank? I'm always frank. No, you're Sawhit, not Frank. Your Honor, we have complete records of the victim's relationship. No, Mr. Frank Sawhit does not appear anywhere. Huh? Oh, really? Please, Mr. Wright, is her the best response? I don't have that information. Making one off-the-cuff accusation in the future. Yes, Your Honor, let me think this over. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment then. Lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah, prove it. Prove it I went in there. You had to tilt the statue to get ahead. The one who killed her. You struck her with the clock and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That wasn't the sound you heard. That was the sound you heard. Yeah, it must be. That's what it'd go off. It would be really broken after them. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, right? Yes, Your Honor. Mrs. Sawhit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. The voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. No, but what's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjuring. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Would the witness care to elaborate? Wait, that murder happened at 4, not 1. How did he hit at 1? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, I never, look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw, Gwa. What'd you Shut up, I hate you. It was him. I tell you, I saw him. He killed her, and he should burn, give him death. It would probably go like, Urusai. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I asked the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. That is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, right? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours. Oh, slow. Rather, this discrepancy between what Mr. Sawhit heard and the actual time of death. So Mrs. Sawhit, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Uh-oh, what's he talking about now? While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you think it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have the case. What? He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness, unfortunately. Well, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sawhit. I came all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. Treat me like a criminal, Your lies are all slimes. Grr, I almost had him. We did technically have him. Sorry, Larry, I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sawhit. Chief. Listen up, right? Don't throw this one away. Not like this, I think. But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove it. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking of the box. Don't waste time doubting facts. Soon the clock was 3 hours slow, and think through it. Think through it. I think because it's the thinker murdered. Why was the clock 3 hours slow? Because of Paris. Reason you'll have proof. Right? Right. Can you think of a reason as to why your clock would be 3 hours slow? Yes, I can. Wait. Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find and let him have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There's a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see the evidence that proved why the clock was running slow. Paris. Because it would be slow, because she was in Paris, probably had it with her. The victim just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9... Oh, okay. Yeah, we're in Japan. When it's 4 PM here, it's 1 AM. Oh, I see why. Okay, I got confused. Okay, it makes sense. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. Hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawit, or should I say, Mr. Did It? Mr. Did It? So, what? He got a fucking shot. Did he faint? Honestly, seeing him lying on the floor would be amazing. Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness. He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly, and find a true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. Yay! It's very confetti as well. Hang on. And with that, this court is adjourned. Phew! I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in it. Yes, I did, and I won those battles. Not battles, battles. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I'm glad, Maya, I'm glad. Very glad. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait. No. I mean bad. Larry, you're innocent. Larry, you're innocent. This case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was No, she was not, Phoenix. Just because you have sugar daddies doesn't mean you sleep around. And there's nothing wrong with sleeping around either. But, she had sugar daddies, not friend benefits. There's a difference. Sugar daddies pay you money just to, it's like rent a girlfriend kind of thing. Is it exactly like rent a girlfriend, but more high price? I think something like that. Larry, congratulations, Harry. Wait, Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts innocent. Thanks, I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate dinner, movie, my treat. Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present for me. Wait, wasn't this the evidence that? Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? That's actually quite impressive. Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me off for a fool. I thought you were talking about Mia. Don't want to just... Don't that make you want to just cry? Sob? Larry. Are you so sure? Excuse me. I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me, it's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't it right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him. Huh? Oh yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? I mean the statue, obviously. Since... Take that. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she travelled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take travelling. It is. It's a bit too big. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. And not trying to commit suicide tomorrow. Or this evening. Right, I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall be off. Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner on me? We'll drink a toast to innocent buds. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying a part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be the center of another incident. My promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end.